welcome everybody to another Octerrorfest Bonusode.
Yeah. Every year we do exciting and edge of your seating, edging and your seating bonusodes.
We do all of these things and more for you and the money. The filthy, filthy lucre.
Yeah, we don't make any money. It's just a disclaimer here. We
You
really
don't
don't make any
money.
money. We do this because we love it. Anyway, here's another thing that we love. Haunted attractions.
Yes. You might remember, longtime listeners, our previous excursions to New Hampshire's own Fright Kingdom.
Yeah. That's been our kind of mainstay for the past few years, scratching that Hollywood Horror Nights itch.
The thing is, what I noticed is it never changes. It was the same thing a few years in a row. So this year we decided to try
go
something
someplace new. Yeah, so we did this. We tried a new place, Spooky World.
Spooky World, also in the newest of Hampshires.
Spooky World is known as one of the top 5 U.S. scariest haunts,
according to the people who wrote that.
And I just want to give you a little background because I think it's interesting. So, Spooky World has been around since the early 90s. It used to be in Massachusetts, and it had haunted houses, sideshow attractions, and the notorious haunted hayride. And the park was known as New England's largest and most terrifying horror scream park. 7 years after they opened, so like about the year 2000, they moved to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough.
Oh, wow. That's quite a move.
Yeah, but the growth and development of one Patriot Place. So anybody that's been to Gillette Stadium in the, I guess since the late 2000s, mid to late 2000s, knows that the whole surrounding area is like shops, restaurants, hotels. It's really a lot of, it's a whole thing. So they kicked Spooky World out, and Spooky World had to find a new place. They bounced around to the Bayside Expo Center, Canopy Lake in Salem, New Hampshire, until they finally ended up at their permanent headquarters, now in Lichfield, New Hampshire, at the property of the famous Mel's Funway Park. So that's really where they are now. They've been there since, 2020, I guess, 2020.
And some say you can still hear the ghost of old Mel haunting his Funway Park.
Well, it's still an active Funway Park most of the year and during the day.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
That's why we saw bumper cars.
Yeah, there was a lot of shit there. It was like an amusement park. But I'm also, that surprises me to hear they moved around so much. It must have been really tough, because what really blew me away about this place was how much they had constructed and set up. It was very impressive.
Yeah, so it's 80 acres.
Wow.
All told. And there are 3 haunted attractions plus New England's largest and longest 1-mile haunted hayride. And we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Can we get the Guinness folks on the phone?
No.
Please?
No, thanks. It's just what I'm getting from the information that I
we should get this out of the way before we get deeper into it. We both really like this place.
Yeah, we really did.
It was super fun.
It was really fun. And here's a couple of tips. Go on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
Go early in October. And sorry, our
sound engineer just had to run across the room very quickly.
Go early in October on a Sunday, because they have 2 different types of ticket you can buy. You can either buy a regular ticket and you just queue up in the regular line, or you can buy a VIP ticket. Now, if we've ever talked about Halloween Horror Nights, or you've ever gone to Halloween Horror Nights, you know that front of the line passes are
essential.
Critical.
Yeah. I mean, unless
you must.
Unless waiting in line is the scariest thing you can imagine,
yeah.
Get the front of the line pass.
Because you will be waiting in lines for hours. And I would imagine that Spooky World, the closer to Halloween and Friday and Saturday nights, you probably are waiting for a while.
However, when we went...
no line.
I mean, I felt bad for the people with the VIP passes, because we were just in the same spot in the line, just looking at each other
hello.
Hey, how much
they
extra
did
did you
get to go first, but it was like a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
So let me give you the kind of setup of how it works. Similarly to Fright Kingdom, and very different than like Halloween Horror Nights, you have to follow a certain trajectory.
True. Yeah. You're locked in.
Which I will give it up to Spooky World. There is kind of pathways in and out. You can use like the restrooms. You can go get something to eat.
Yeah, it's not like an IKEA showroom. You can escape it.
At Fright Kingdom, you're in a building and you're going through the queue, and you can exit, of course,
but it's like harder
you have to
do.
Start back through to get back in.
Yeah, and this was this
was all outside.
It's all outdoors. Yeah, so
except for the haunted houses are obviously inside.
But like in between them, you're just walking down a path through the woods.
Which makes it a little scarier too.
I know. It was really good.
So we started out with the haunted hayride, and it's called the Hayride from Hell. Mm-hmm. And it's 1 mile long. And you want to talk about a little bit about the hayride specifics? Because
this was, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I've ever been on a haunted hayride before.
I've been on haunted hayrides, but not like this.
This was great. They took us through a winding trail through the woods, and they had entire like areas constructed. So one of them was like a tree village, with tree houses and weird feral kids. Oh, and that's the other thing is there are actors dressed up and they jump on the hayride.
Yeah, they can touch you.
Yeah, they're allowed to touch
ride.
you. They don't. It's not like they come up and start grabbing on you, but like they're allowed to brush up against you because they're jumping on and off of a moving hayride, so that's a little precarious. But yeah, they just sort of get up and like get in your face and mumble weird shit at you, and it's like teenagers in costumes, so everyone's having fun. But the decorations are legit. They had some really spectacular animatronics. They had big pyrotechnics displays.
They had the fairy village was so high up in the trees.
Yeah,
and it was the lighting was amazing, and
they had weird like cannibal people running around.
Yeah, I had just done research for our hillbilly horror episode that day.
Our now classic,
and it was not a good idea to then go on a haunted hayride and
be surrounded by wrong turners.
Yeah, it looked just like the movies that I had watched.
It did.
There was also like a spider. There was also, remember that like chop house?
Yeah, there was like a human abattoir that was surprisingly intense.
It was really scary
because like some of it, it's a hayride, so it's like a little campy and fun and family oriented, and then you're going through the Christmas village that they use for the Christmas hayride, but for Halloween they put like a Krampus and some stuff in there, and then you get to like the human slaughterhouse, and it is intense.
Yeah, and it smells.
Yeah, it was an amazing jump from PG to like NC-17.
They had cool like really flash lighting tunnels, and you would go through like cold tunnels.
They rigged up a whole outdoor tunnel made of strung lights that blinked in sequence to make it seem like you were going through a wormhole.
Yeah.
It was, but then like, you come around and you see the all like the electrical stuff to make it happen, and you're like, this is just people
who love doing
these aren't
stuff.
Disney Imagineers, so to speak. Like, these are just really talented friends and neighbors going out and doing these incredibly nerdy, incredibly creative, wonderful things. And that's added a lot for me to the experience of seeing that, like, oh man, this was just put together by some really talented regular folk.
And the actors were young and they were having a good time.
Yeah, it was like a shared experience, kind of.
The scariest part for me on the haunted hayride was there were real live bats flying all over because you're in the woods.
Yes, you are in the woods of New Hampshire. So when you look up, you see some magnificent, beautiful, wonderful
scary, bats. Vampiric, wanting to twist up in your hair and not let go because they're blind.
Wonderful, magnificent, majestic creatures.
One of the other things
too
is when you load on and off of the hayride itself, there's this like orange, it almost looks like a broom, line of demarcation, probably to line the actual hayride up. You cannot step in that. They were very
really
serious.
clear.
It was very clear. Like,
It
do
was
not
like
step on it.
A gap just wide enough for a child to fall through, and it was.
And we went right at like sunset at dusk, so
which was cool. So like in the middle of the hayride,
started to get real
it got
dark,
super dark, and by the time we were going through the haunted attractions that come after, it was full dark.
But I'm like, how do they see that orange gating
just
in the
expert
dark?
haysmiths.
Also,
hayride conductors.
I just want to say this for the haunted hayride and Spooky World itself. One thing you did great was no phones are allowed in any of the haunted attractions. Please do that for the haunted hayride. Please, I beg of you.
So, a couple things about that, and I get that we're like entering into rants on like our culture right now, but there were like 4 people. Maybe there was like 15 of us in total, and 4 of them
like
are filming.
People in total.
Sure, but like roughly a quarter of them are filming, and I get that I'm in a public space, but I don't. Why does that mean I have to agree to be part of your fucking videos? Like, I don't want to be part of your content. I just want to do this thing that I paid to come do. And it's not like anybody comes up to you and says, "Hey, do you mind? I'm going to be filming." They just do it.
Yeah, I care
and
less
you like
about
look around
that.
and you have a fucking camera pointed in your face with some turd behind it, and it's.
I care
like
less
very
about that
weird.
because fine, whatever.
I don't
Watch
like
this
it.
on your goober screen and see these weird goobers you don't know in the background. Fine. My whole thing is, you are there. You are watching it. Why do you have a camera filming the whole thing?
Yeah, and the other thing is when you're
Put
going
your phone
through
down.
when you're going through a haunted hayride at night and 4 fucking phone screens are like ruining your night vision, it's just not pleasant for anyone involved. So you can go home and watch a poorly lit, shaky, low pixelated version of what you could have just watched.
So
with
here's
your
my
eyes.
recommendation when you get on the haunted hayride at Spooky World is sit towards the front where the guy driving
Exactly.
is.
Yeah,
I mean,
because
you
that's
will
where all the
smell
camera idiots.
exhaust.
Yeah.
You'll smell the exhaust the most from the
And
trailer.
the back of your head will probably be in someone's TikTok, but at least you won't have people turning around and like pointing their phones in your face and being like, that's your first introduction to the stranger, is you're now part of their content.
But the actual, experience of the haunted hayride, and it lasted, it was a mile long.
Yeah,
so
it
it
good.
lasted a good amount of time. It was so well done.
It was great. Really well staged. The construction was top notch. It was, I don't mean to be rude, but like, you're going to a haunted hayride. You kind of don't know what it's going to be like. And I was really blown away at how great everything was.
Do you want to tell the listeners what you said?
Oh, yeah.
After?
So we got off the hayride.
We went with a couple of friends.
So my friend Hassan and I got off, and immediately we were like, wow, that was fun, and start like looking for the car. And that was the just first part of the night. We both thought the whole thing was just a haunted hayride. Then our lovely partners explained to us, why would we drive an hour into the middle of nowhere to go on one hayride?
Yeah.
Which made sense when I heard it. So
and it was almost like disappointed because you were like satisfied.
I felt totally satisfied. I was happy. I was in a good mood. And then I had to go through 45 minutes of like legit pretty fucking scary haunted houses.
Yeah.
And I was upset.
Let's get into those next haunted houses. So as I mentioned, you go through them in sequence. And
we should mention quickly, in the haunted house part where you're walking around, it's the more traditional, no one's allowed to touch anyone.
Yes.
No like the
phones.
hayride thing is more like they might brush up against you because they're jumping onto this thing, but they're not jumping on and grabbing you. That's not what it is. In the haunted house itself, there's no like real physical interaction.
Yep. So the next 3 haunted houses are the Colony. We start with the Colony.
Yeah.
Which is basically an extension of Hillbilly Horror.
Yeah.
The Colony is you're going into a series of like ramshackled cabins and walking through the woods and trying to find your way out. I would say of the 3 after the haunted hayride, because the haunted hayride wasn't scary per se.
No, it was fun.
It was so entertaining.
Yeah, really entertaining.
The Colony was the scariest attraction for me personally.
And, again,
because it was
like
dark.
The whiplash of going from like a campy fun hayride to like a legit terrifying haunted house.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
The first entry of the Colony, you basically walk into this abandoned cabin and it's laser lights in
fog. No, it's in fog. So you remember like in Alien when they go into the room where all the eggs are and there's that sort of like bioluminescent mist, and when they interact with it, that's what it was like. And you couldn't see your feet, and I did not want to step into it.
You couldn't see your feet.
I
couldn't see the walls. You didn't know which way to go.
There could have been a full fucking person down there grabbing legs. I would not have known.
Yep.
I did not want to step into it. That was the hardest part, was that first step.
Well, the hardest part for me...
And then the face huggers. And then an alien grew in my stomach and burst out.
There was a section that it said... They said it was towards the end. I think it was actually the end of the Colony. They said, this is for chickens on the right.
Right, yeah.
And this is if you're brave.
On the left.
And Richard went through the left and like didn't look back, just went. And so I was like, okay. And I started going through and I grabbed the people behind me that we were with, held their hands. And it was the longest balloon tube, dark, scary thing. I was I don't know.
You're walking in between.
Let's say it took 30 seconds.
It's like walking inside a bouncy castle.
20, I was panicked.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to end. I thought I had gone the wrong way. I heard you like yelling and hurting, like what sounded like you hurt yourself.
I ate shit in that thing. It's a long extended,
it's like
line.
A balloon tube. It's totally pitch black.
You go in and
your face is
squeezed,
suctioned.
You're completely squeezed from all directions by the inflatable mylar or plastic or whatever. And you just have to keep going. It's like being born, honestly. And I actually, when I came out,
except less wet.
I did say something like but it was very, very long, and the problem is
very,
that
very long.
So like you're compressed in on all sides, and the material bunches up a little bit. So I stepped on it, and it bunched up, and I tripped, and I fell completely forward, and like friction burned my elbow. It was gross. So like I'm coming out of there, and I'm bleeding, and just like And also here's the thing. When she said chickens on the right and brave on the left, I thought that was a fake out. So I immediately went on the left, because in every fucking movie, when they say that, you go through the bad door, right? Because the good door is like the ironic punishment. But no, she was being completely truthful.
How do we know? None of us went through the chicken side.
Yeah. The other thing is, I did not expect anyone to follow me. I thought you guys were already headed towards the chicken side. So I just went right into that big black vulva. And at around the 20-second mark, too, I just started basically doing like meditative practice in my head, because I could feel the panic rising. So I just steadied my breathing, put my hand in front of me, and just kept moving forward.
I was like, oh no. Yeah. I don't think I can do this. It's never going to end. I think I went the wrong way.
I kept reminding myself that, I probably wasn't going to die in there, because I feel like.
I'm just glad I was holding the hand of a friend.
I felt
At least I thought it was. I mean, who knows?
I felt
could have
bad
been a stranger
that you followed me in there. That was bad leadership on my part, but I
would probably, if I had gone back, I would probably still do it now that I know that there is an end to it.
Yeah.
And I'm assuring you that there is an end to it.
So like, if you've ever seen the movie Nope, when the ship eats all those people and they're like being digested through it's like that. It feels like that. It's just awful.
So we survived that attraction, and then we move right into Asylum 47. And Asylum 47 is New Year's Eve, 1947. Patients are eager to start off the new year, and the clock is ticking down. So it was an asylum.
It's a whole thing.
It was. Although it wasn't as scary as the Colony. the artistic
I was
design
just gonna
of
say,
it was
the production
incredible.
design was legit.
Yeah.
There
was a bathroom scene that was disturbing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
no, it looked like the room where they held everybody in the first Saw movie.
Yeah. If you've ever seen the
The
American Horror Story Asylum, any abandoned asylum movie, it was so well done.
I feel like I keep saying this, but can't stress enough that do not discount this place. Like, these were really, really well put together and genuinely creepy. I don't know, whoever they've got doing the set design at these places, great job.
But it was really good. Again, not as super scary, not a lot of jump scares or anything like that. There were some.
We're also
there was actually one part where one of the actors kind of stood in front of you and said, you're going the wrong way, turn around. And you turn around and there's a fucking creep of a patient standing right there.
I know.
He was like totally fucked with you.
I
was so pissed.
Yeah, you were like, that's not fair.
Yeah, I was like, that's rude.
It was very rude. Because I thought he was like breaking character to be like, oh no, I'm sorry guys.
Because we've done that. We've gone the wrong way
happened.
In these.
Oh, for sure. And when somebody wearing like tons of makeup and breaks character and it's just like, oh yeah, hey,
you're going the wrong way.
You gotta go back.
Around.
It's really weird. It's like when you're visiting like Colonial Williamsburg as a kid and you see the people like around the back smoking cigarettes like, with piercings. You're like, oh, these fucking kids. Oh, I mean, Jan Butter churn is ready.
And then you take a long path through the back of all the attractions and stuff to the final haunted attraction, which is Nightmare in 3D. So you get 3D glasses.
I will really quick.
Yeah.
That's never worked for me before. This one. The 3D there, for whatever reason, it was the best.
It was great.
It was better than I've ever seen before.
Because the attention to detail on the floor.
The floor was amazing.
I will say also this 3D was pretty extraordinary because of the floor, but also the different concepts that kept growing on each other. It was like clowns.
Yeah.
It was spiders. Spider sacks.
Yeah.
There was like tons of huge
bugs
animatronic
crawling out of
spiders.
people's mouths and eyes.
And there were like human body shapes wrapped in spider webs.
You know what?
That was really, really creepy. And spider eggs.
That like whoever was the head designer of all this stuff, right, was that guy in high school, which by the way was me, that you're like, hey, bring some scary movies over to my party, hoping they'll bring like Halloween, and they end up bringing like, Faces of Death or something. And you're like, Jesus fucking Christ, man. You really went all out on this one, but I appreciate you.
I have a feeling that, some of these maybe change. I don't know. This is our first year going here. They have a fairway. So once you get out of the Nightmare in 3D, there's like, the carnival foods.
Yeah, you can play some games.
You could do laser tag.
Make yourself sick. There is a whole
tarot card reader.
I think it was actually paintball.
Yeah, right.
But you don't shoot each other. Like you just go through. I should have done that.
I told you you should have. I asked you if you wanted to, and you
because I just
thought about it.
I hate making myself happy.
And there's also axe throwing, and
again, why did I not do that?
You can get ice cream and other treats. So, you can have a little bit of a time.
Yeah, it's like a whole thing. It's pretty, like it was nice. I really liked it.
It was really spread out, so you do a lot of walking, but it's outside, and the weather was really nice.
Yeah, so that it is very much dependent on the weather. We were very lucky.
Yeah, if you have tickets and it rains, you still have to use the tickets. So I would say that the Haunted Hayride would probably not be so fun in the rain, but all the other attractions for the most part are inside.
Yeah, but hey, listen, we're all New Englanders here. Come on. Yeah. Toughen up.
Wear a raincoat.
Yeah.
I would say going through the colony in the rain would probably be very scary.
Oh, and like once all that like plastic and stuff gets wet, it stinks like a wet dog or something.
Well, yeah, and there's like kind of a smell to
there's like a neoprene sort of plasticky smell to it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You go into a Spirit Halloween. It's got that fucking smell to it that is only partially the employees.
The tickets were $45.
Not bad.
So I would say very well worth it.
Yeah, we had like a long.
It was about an hour and a half to do that Haunted Hayride all the way through the next 3 haunted houses. You can.
That's pretty
Here's
good.
the other advantage to the VIP. You can go through the attractions again. So if you do get the VIP passes, you can go through them again.
So if you're under 30 and that's a thing that your body can tolerate, then sure, go for it. I remember doing that, getting off a ride and going immediately back on it. Now I get off something and I'm like, I gotta call the doctor.
I'm nauseous.
Oh, the chiropractor.
But yeah, Spooky World in Litchfield, New Hampshire.
Hey,
I would
Spooky
give
World.
it 5 skulls.
Yeah, I loved it there. If your objective is to have a great time with some people you love, it's really great. It's a lot of fun.
And the people there were really nice.
Everyone was great.
Like the people that were going were nice.
Yes. We made friends with people on the line with us in the attraction. We kept
seeing them.
Yeah, you keep running into the same people.
Yeah.
And there's a definite camaraderie when you are like a middle-aged adult and you're screaming at it because a teenager in makeup jumped out at you, and then you look and you see someone else doing the same thing, and you're sort of like, huh. Yeah, we're silly.
Yeah. I would say it's well worth it, and check it out if you can.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to next year where we might just try out a different place.
We might. Let us know if you have any recommendations if you're local to New England.
Oh, that'd be great.
Feel free to DM us.
Yeah.
And tell us what your favorite haunted attractions are.
All messaging rates apply, plus a $10 surcharge to the Richard Foundation for having money for once.
So, happy Octoberfest.
We'll see you soon.